Here flows the next tide of tall winds of Agata, when rivers speak in tongues. Part 2, The Fork of the Forgotten. Chapter 1, The map drawn in ring. Kamchika dreamt of two rivers, one made of ink, one of fire. When she awoke, their boat had drifted into a strange place, water as still as glass, trees hung with whispering gourds, and skies where birds flew backward. Yukon pointed to a tree that bled water. Greater than, we're not in the real world anymore. Kamchika touched the river with her palm. The water whispered, greater than, you are near the fork. Choose right, and the world remembers. Choose wrong, and it forgets itself. A fish leapt from the water. It had two heads. One laughed. One wept. It stared at her. Greater than many before you chose silence. Chapter 2, The River with no name. A boat approached them, long, carved from bones, steered by a girl with silver eyes. She said, greater than, my name is Alichu, keeper of what was forgotten. If you seek the fork, you must give something of yourself. Kamchika hesitated. Yukon said, we have nothing. Alichu shook her head. Greater than, you have memory. That is everything. She held out a small gourd. Greater than, pour a piece of your past into this. Or turn back. Kamchika whispered a lullaby her father once sang. The gourd glowed faintly. Alichu nodded. The boat moved. They passed drowned trees bearing faces. Birds sang in dead languages. Then ahead, the fork. Left calm waters under a gray sky. Right raging waves of color and sound. The river spoke, greater than, choose. Chapter 3, The Song That Never Listened. Kamchika chose the right fork. The river howled as if in pain, but the sky above them cracked open. Visions fell like rain, her mother dancing in lightning. Her father kneeling before a carved idol. 12 women standing at the edge of time, whispering, greater than, daughter of river song, do not look back. Yukon clutched her hand. Greater than, what did we do? She replied, greater than, we remembered. Their boat speed forward as if chased. Behind them, the left fork turned to mist. Ahead a cliff of water, rising, turning into stairs. The river now flowed upward. And so did they. Chapter 4, The Market of Mouths. At the top of the water stairs lay a village that was not a village, a marketplace built on suspended nets over an abyss. Here, merchants sold voices in jars, and shadows bartered for memories. A horned woman waved to Kamchika. Greater than, a keeper's blood. Come to buy or sell? Kamchika asked, greater than, can you give me my mother's voice? The woman laughed. Greater than, only if she sold it. She reached into a jar and pulled out a note. High and pure. Kamchika gasped. Greater than, that's her. The woman grinned. Greater than, then you must trade your name. Kamchika hesitated. Then she nodded. A knife was drawn. A word cut from her soul. She fell to her knees. You compelled her. Greater than, who are you? She opened her mouth but no name came out. But the note she'd bought drifted into her hand, warm and humming. Chapter 5, The Voice in the Fire. That night, a fire was lit on the river's surface. The note she'd purchased burned, not into ash, but into smoke. Words, greater than, Kamchika, you walk where your mother died. She tried to silence the river. You must teach it to sing. From the flames emerged a face, half water, half bone. It said, greater than, you gave up your name. Now take up the title, the tongue of Agata. She felt it enter her chest, a rhythm not of drums, but of deep water. And suddenly, she could hear every voice in the wind. Even the ones that weren't human. Chapter 6, The Hunches returned back in the real world. The shadow fishers returned stronger now. They tore through villages. Tasted fire. Swallowed stars. They were hunting the tongue of Agata. Obina, alone and aged, stood on a hill and sang the lullaby again. The winds paused. Then scattered. Greater than, she lives, he whispered. but so do those who wish her silence. Chapter 7, The Island of Buried Sound. Next morning, Alicia bid farewell. Nkamchika and Yukam followed the river's final twist, arriving at Azianu, the Island of Buried Sound. Here, all music came to die. Wind was silent. Birds flapped but never cried. At the center stood the tomb. Nkamchika placed her mother's note on the stone. It sank in. The tomb cracked. Out rose a harp made of ribs and river reeds. She touched it, and from its strings poured every forgotten name, every hidden song, every truth the river once tried to drown. Greater than the war begins now, said Yukam. Greater than no, she whispered, holding the harp. Greater than the story begins now.